mark, and next minute I know I'm in a Tubi movie. Where's my cut? They're like, "Where's my cut?" I'm in the background just shopping. Where's my cut? Just imagine. I'd be mad if I didn't get paid.
Awesome.
No, he's actually an actor in that movie.
Looks like we're back.
Great.
We had some technical difficulties, but
I was talking shit.
fuck it, man. Fuck
I know
it.
Hypnotic was talking
I don't know where
shit.
we
That's
live
why
at
they
right
cut
now,
us
but
off.
we're just gonna keep cooking. Galen, hit me up on stage timer. So the good thing is we're gonna say everything we said earlier about U3 Radio again at the end, as far as how they can send music. So let's get to the conversation pieces before the fucking internet guys and shit say fuck out of here again.
I'm gonna be live tomorrow.
Damn, the video is dark as hell. We were talking about underground artists, right? And we did go over everybody's opinion. Happy we didn't get your take on how a lot of artists want support, but don't want to support the next underground artist.
One of my biggest things on that, because I bartend and I've worked a lot of these shows, so I'm there from beginning before anybody gets there till after, picking up after everybody's mess, and people want people to come to their shows, but they don't want to stay for everybody else's show. Like, they'll show up 15, 20 minutes before it's their turn, and then they'll leave right after, instead of staying for like the next person or like the headliner, instead of them coming early
I see that a lot.
and listening to everybody else's performance.
So I used to do
And
door
it's-
and I had to do the lineup. I used to watch out for that. So if I know you're the type to perform and leave, I'll put you last.
Yeah,
Because you have
like
to stay.
it's kind of messed
have
up
to
because you
stay.
want people to come and you
Especially if you
want
bring
everybody's
20
like
people with
recording.
you and you perform first and you and your 20 people leave, that's half the crowd. So you performing last. So you and your 20 people can stay.
And then you're the one upset that nobody is at your shows.
I'm playing devil's advocate.
Galen, can you do me a
Go
favor?
ahead.
Can you put the main camera in focus for me? I don't think the main camera's in focus, or is it?
Devil's advocate, go ahead. What were you saying?
Like, it's cool to ask for that. But I feel like, 'cause, you know, me DJing these old shows as well, ain't nothing to watch.
I agree. That
And
too.
the crazier part
The
is, I
performances
can't
don't-
say it's always the artist part, because mostly it really goes to these promoters.
And who
They
you
put
putting on the
anybody
show.
and everybody on stage just to get that buck. And half the time it's a bigger picture on why we even got such and such on stage. We got him because he paid
$50 or
$200
$100.
to $300 for this main act to get up here, so we gotta let him perform. Well, he be trash. So you want me to stand there and feel bad because I don't want to stand there and listen to
There is a difference
MC such and
between
such?
good
Yeah.
performers and not
He
so
said
good
MC
performers.
If you know, like a lot of artists know me, they know DJ Baby Blue Diamond. If you see me at a show and they see me that I am knocked out, it's because you put me to sleep. I will fall asleep in a minute at a show if I'm not DJing. If I come out to support you, I'll get a chair and knock out and then wake up when I hear the music is good.
I'll go to
No,
my
you
truck
not.
for like 30
They
minutes.
ask the artists, they know. Every Easy done seen it. A lot of people seen it. They be like, man, Blue's over
Hey
there
man,
asleep.
I ain't gonna play. It ain't just artists. I done seen that with some DJs too.
Blue over there
Man.
asleep. Yep, I'm
Look,
asleep.
Some
You
DJs
come to
and had
sleep.
me come out there and be like, "Oh man, you come check out the show." I go out there thinking I'm supporting it. That DJ done walked his ass in and out the show. Ain't been behind the turntables or nothing. We listen to pre-recording, so now I'm stuck
Oh
with.
man,
I
that
coulda been at
Spotify
the-
playlist,
I coulda
man,
been at the
be
crib for this, man.
DJs be DJing
Hey,
off
really-
that Spotify playlist.
Really, if we start talking about like shit, what's going on in the city or what needs to change, I feel like it'll really hurt some people's feelings. Cause my boy Alley Cat, R.I.P. Alley Cat, he always said this shit. It ain't about what you doing or what you know, it's who you know really. Cause it don't matter about your skill. Cause we got MC such and such right now could be on stage and we pushing him just cause he knows this person with all the money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or it's too much favoritism.
I think my take is like when it comes to underground artists not supporting the next, I don't think it's necessarily required. I'm not looking. I think San Antonio is a gold mine in the sense that like it doesn't have a face. It's not like a thing yet. So you have it's like a playground for artists. And what I noticed from being an artist manager is nobody is doing any type of data collection. Meaning like they're not. There's no. I'm not gonna say nobody, but I don't see it a lot. Like a lot of people don't got websites. I can't to a mailing list. There's no type of messaging system to alert your fans or acts and supporters when you go on live. You got a show here. Here's a discount on my store. You can buy a shirt to support. Data is $1 trillion industry. Like nobody, like you said, they perform and leave. It's not
They
like
don't use the resources because One resource is Spotify. You can put your shows on Spotify. A lot of artists do not know that. You can put your merch on Spotify. You can put when you're performing next, and then people follow you. It pops up. A lot of people don't use that.
Put
They
your
don't
whole
utilize that.
calendar on there. What you doing?
So, in my like, so yes, what you said, but so in my eyes, like, get to the support thing is cool, but what is the marketing strategy?
Oh yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
There'll be a lot of
you,
dope shows
did
happening,
you
and I don't know what happens until it's
Until
over.
after, yeah.
Did you see the
nobody
stuff that happened with
posts the
CW
stuff.
and the whole conversation on what he was saying?
The Charleston White.
Yes, let's talk about it. Let's talk
so-
about it real quick.
Play devil's advocate, because again, I ain't agreeing with him just talking down on the city, but it was certain things that he brought to the light that we've been screaming for the longest, and you just mentioned it as well as about using your social media. I don't see no websites, stuff like that. Well, that was the main thing he was talking about. We don't have like no say cheese in the city. We have views, but like people not really supporting views like they should be supporting views. So,
It's a grind. You know what I'm saying? Say
but
cheese
with
wasn't
that
say
being
cheese
that
overnight.
that blog artist, if views goes to Austin, he's seeing all kind of artists that's outside of the city. That's like, oh man, you doing it, man. You great. They didn't even know he's from
Exactly.
San Antonio. But the
Exactly, I
people
saw
that's in
that.
San Antonio wouldn't even appreciate or even know. Like,
And then get mad
who
when
you
he
need
don't
to go
post
to.
them. And have the nerves to be like, oh, you didn't post my music video.
Yeah,
Did you send
so,
it to
like,
me? Did I know you had a music video out?
certain things we got to build on our own, just as the city is itself.
Yeah, I feel like some artists should just go to one of these AI bots, chat, and put in there, write me marketing rap artist marketing strategy or something. Just see what it says, because like I think the focus should be on collecting people's data. There's nothing else important. The music is secondary.
Yeah.
Getting to know your audience is like the most important thing, because it's irregardless of all these other people and the demographics and stuff like that, very important, but like let's focus on who the supporters are. Not somebody that'll come to every one of your shows, but I'm talking about people that may tap into a live, send coins or buy a shirt,
Or actually listen to your music.
you know what I'm saying? Like download the
the right
podcast,
people.
because like say if they got a podcast, nobody cares about streaming the podcast. How you get your money and all that is people downloading the podcast. Like
Exactly.
stream doesn't even matter, but if they download it, that's how you get these metrics. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean that's my take. I mean, I think underground artists should like scratch the supports thing. Like I don't know, my
And
somebody
there's a
support.
program,
Give me
I can't
the
think of name of it, but
yeah.
there's a program that actually will show you part of the data. Legacy City had told me the name of the website. I guess I can't think of the top of my head. And if you go to that website and type in your song name, it show you all the Spotify playlists your songs are on. 'Cause a lot of people don't even know that the song's on Spotify playlists. He's like, he hit me up. He's like, yeah, my artist is on 3 of your Spotify playlists. I was like, 3 of mine.
Yeah. And they
So,
could
yeah.
be like bot operated playlist, right?
Well, I
Where
do
it's
have
just-
3 playlists because U3 makes playlists every year for underground artists. So whenever you release a song that's dope, we put it on our playlist and we try to promote that. So U3 do have playlists. And when he said that, I was like, yeah, that's true. We do have those playlists. But that's cool that other artists can see it because a lot of artists don't even know. Like we try to share it to them. We try to let them know, hey,
Okay.
we have you on our playlist. But sometimes they forget or they don't see our messages, so they just don't see it. So it's dope that they can see, okay, these are the playlists that I'm on and this is who's listening to these playlists.
We got a series of like a shitload of fucking rappers, artists in the city. Do we have any like A&Rs or any managers that we can just rely on and be like we can trust to help these artists develop somewhere? Because right now we asking for artists to do a lot of things an A&R or a PR person would do.
You know what's crazy is I'm fully in the future right now. I don't think a lot of that stuff is necessary. Because remember, I was an artist manager before when I was managing artists, but I don't know if that's 100% necessary. I think artists should focus on like, because managers has their own personality. They
Yeah.
think the artists work for them in the city in most places, but it's actually the manager's supposed to be working for the artist. So in that case, I think artists specifically in this city, they should focus on marketing specialists. You know what I'm saying? People that can manage their social media, people that can maybe webmaster their website and collect data. Like, I don't even think, because if you, A manager is just going to be taking up energy and space and time in your head. Hey, do this. Hey, I think you should. Like, get somebody that know how to operate social media.
So
You know what I'm
been
saying?
wondering what it was called, because like I chop it up with some of my homies and I give them ideas all day, and they'll be like, "Well, Hip, you should go ahead and be a manager." And I'll be like, "Nah, man, I ain't trying to be no manager. I just can give you and tell you what you should do."
Consultant.
Yeah.
Like, you consulting them. Like, that's what I've started doing. I started consulting artists. I'm like, look, hey, no, man, we just need to collect these folks' information, name, age, email, phone number, demographic, ethnicity, how much
That's
time
what
they
I kinda
spent
like
on the
about Speak
website.
as well. They do break down on stats because I always send them the stats. They tell us how many people was tuning into our live, how many people tune in after the live, where they're from, where they're tuning in from, the age group, what are they listening on, and stuff like that. So it does break down when we do go live. So it lets us know, okay, this is what we need to focus on. Like what states are tuning in the most, what countries are tuning in the most, what age group, are they doing it straight from the website,
love
are they
us
using
overseas.
the iPhone?
Yes.
So I like that it does break down the stats like that for us, so we
We
can
always
kind
get more
of gauge.
listeners overseas.
Because this is how people plan tours. Like the reason why I'm like almost against managers now, and then get more artists focusing on like marketing and digital marketing specialists to be on their team primarily, is because like a manager is not going to be able to sit down and tell you like, hey, these are the hot spots. I think we can go on tour here because we have this data to dictate if we was to do a show here, there'll be a few people to come out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but somebody that's focused on the back end and these metrics and analytics could be like, okay, cool, man. We can do like a small little Texas tour, man. We got people in McAllen. We got people in Austin, fucking El Paso listening to our shit. Let's try to reach out to some promoters in that area. So I'm pro, like, I think A&R is dead, and I think the managers is almost there, but not there yet, because you still want people to kind of manage your day to day.
Well, you still got the hood A&Rs, which is the DJ. Goddamn.
Do you think promoters is still needed?
Of course, like that's a part of the marketing spectrum for me. You know what I'm saying? But there's nothing more important than data. Like, even some of the biggest artists in this city aren't using data collection tools, which is crazy to me. I'm like, yeah, they can go somewhere and do a pop-up show and probably sell a couple pieces of merch and have people show up. But like, imagine having like 30,000 phone numbers that you can text at any given time saying like, hey, buy my new Kool-Aid drink. What's the drinks called that people got?
Oh, the gorilla drinks?
Buy my new Gorilla drink. Is they on special right now? You get it from our website, and you send a text message to 30,000 people.
You know, it's crazy that you say this for Gorilla Drink. And you know,
Go
I
ahead.
was talking about this shit the other day with one of the homies. Shout out to my homeboy Troy. Scrap that we know him in the streets.
Yeah.
So Gorilla Drink.
I guess. Shout out
Now,
Gorilla drink. Yeah.
I can't say that I was the person that just decided on doing the whole Gorilla Drink. 'Cause he did hit up another artist, but I was like one of the first ones on that bottle that pushed it.
Yeah.
Now, at this time when we really start jumping off with the drink, it was so many people that had all kind of negative things to say. But right now, if you look back at it, it was so many that eventually changed that negative to just like, oh man, I want to do that. I want to get a drink. I want to try this. But damn it, I just need to, you know what I mean? Show mine. Like, y'all did see my face on that bad boy around this city first, you know?
That shit fire.
But
Shouts
shit,
out.
it was crazy though. It's just wild to see how though everybody had so much negative and how it just changed that fast. Like,
Yeah. To go back to what you were saying though, a little bit earlier, so like I did watch, I think like 80% of the Charleston White video when he dropped.
That he dropped.
Okay, so I for sure only watched one of them.
The one where he's laying in the bed.
Yeah, that one.
There's another
And-
one where I think there was another video that he had
Yeah, it was in
posted.
Walmart.
That was annoying to begin
my man
with,
said
laying
he was
the
in
bed
Aries
like that.
Street, and I ain't never seen or been on Aries Street. I was like, where that street at?
Yeah.
D said the same thing.
I feel like, yes, man, he's a an internet personality, not to be taken seriously, but the messaging piece behind it was like, to me, I would have said it
Get off your
totally
ass.
different. Like if you not, and I'm gonna sound annoying in this conversation because I'm just talking about data this whole time.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, it's $1 trillion industry.
Exactly.
Like Nike, like these companies online, when we're on Facebook and
collecting
TikTok,
data.
they got so many data points on us. They kind of know when we gonna die and what we gonna die of. Like based on what we looking at, the shit that we find we lean
Whatever
towards
you
and
talk
interest.
about, it
Yeah,
pops up
man,
on your
everything's
Facebook
off
as an
numbers.
ad.
Like say if it's like a heart commercial, you like looking at or high blood pressure, and they see like you looking at it long enough, later like we can presumably think this person's dealing with some type of high blood pressure because they stop to look at this. So what I'm saying is, I'm saying this all to say nothing's more important than data, man. Like so artists in the city that have a good following.
I like you think about that because shit, I use that a lot too when it comes to posts. My girlfriend at the crib, she does readings, twist, and all these different things. And we'll scroll through TikTok and I'll see a certain sound and I'll be like, hey, say that sound. Make sure you go back to go do this and this. But in my mind, it's like I'm already plotting because I already know everybody and their mama love this certain sound. Everybody and their mama want to shit. Jump on. Just imagine, man, if the artist is catching on to those same things, if their mind worked that same way.
Man, I'll set this shit up for.
Had the right mindset with his bad motherfucker.
Oh yeah,
song.
and be easy working hard on TikTok.
And I'll set this shit up for free for any artist. Like, I don't care because like it don't make sense. Like that you got these more known artists that aren't doing these things. You know what I'm saying? But again, don't artist manager get a marketing specialist.
The artists they still got to get their head out their ass.
Yeah.
I say this because shout out to Rich Greedy, but I remember when he came out to this parking lot. He was doing a video shoot at the time. It was for Essay Talk. And at the time when he came up there, it was other people that may have seen me that knew who I am. Of course, I'm probably not no household name, but if you ever did music in the city in San Antonio, you know who
Especially
Hypnotic
Chopped and
is.
Screwed.
So, like, I went up just to try to introduce myself. And, of course, I know everybody probably would do it. You try to get it, all right, move, get up out the way, that type of shit. But at the time when I told him, I was like, hey, bro, you going to see me again. And when you see me, it's on these turntables. I bullshit you not. We were getting ready. It was an event in January. It was the homie Vision.
Yeah.
I go up there. I'm doing my shit. I'm DJing the show.
Oh, the one
Everybody
at
coming to give
open.
the hookah place. But he
Oh.
can't.
Oh,
Everybody
that
was
was a
coming to
good
go do
show.
their
I didn't go to that
to
one.
bring their
That was
Really
sets.
good show.
Yeah.
And who do you think walks up? Rich Greedy. And when he walks up, I'm behind the turntables this time, and I was like, "Do you remember me telling you you was gonna see me again?" It's just those type of situations that fucks it up for a lot of people because you don't know who you gonna run into. You don't know who you gonna talk to. I know for me, Pops has always taught me of like just looking the man in his eyes, and when I'm talking to you, I'm gonna know everything I need to know.
Yeah.
So it's hard, truthfully, when some of these artists, you look at them and get to trying to talk to them, you can see they really ain't about none of the shit they talking about in their music. So I can't have a real conversation with you. So then if you start being full of yourself, you pretty much gonna miss your blessing.
Yeah.
Because I could be that full person that right here to this day and be like, man, go check out such and such music. That's a cold month. You know what I mean? But it took that one time you met me and you fucked it off. That's that blessing you mess up. You gonna see me.
And
again.
shout out to Black Mexico. He dropped a diss track against Charles.
Yeah, I actually-
don't
I
know
listened
if-
to it, actually.
I don't know if that was the right move, but it got people talking.
Hey
Yeah.
man, it just shows that he's passionate about his music.
Exactly,
I'll tell you that
yeah.
much.
Yeah.
So when I met Black Mexico, he was just telling me how he had just got out. He was trying to get back in motion. This was probably last summer. He was like, I'm getting back in motion. But if you look at him now, you would have thought the man's seasoned. Like he's been out here traveling, doing different shows. He went back and forth to Atlanta.
He has his own merch.
I'm
He
like,
makes his merch himself.
impressed because I'm like, okay, you've been out here for this short amount of time getting catch up, but
That's a good example.
other
of that.
artists
and
trying to
then
catch up
I'm gonna
with
have Happy kick off the second question. Like let's use Black Mexico for an example, right? I know of him. I've never been to one of his shows, and I know he's just kind of getting back active in the music and everything like that, but has gained a good amount of notoriety in the short time that he's been active, right?
Yeah.
Imagine Black Mexico has a website, has a place where people can go, or he's using a text messaging system. You know what I'm saying? Like I know he got, I know he can $20-$30 a month to pay for this messaging system to start curating fans and supporters, to wing out the people that are like over here, but bring in the people closer that are like, I fuck with Black Mexico. Like, and I would buy any shirt he dropped. I would go to any of his shows.
Because you use
like,
the text messaging system. For people who don't know, I get it all the time. Tune in to the Sam Pluto show.
and honestly, I forgot. I got hundreds of people in my text messaging because the conversion rate is a little bit higher. When people are like, when somebody texts you, it's 80% chance that they'll open the message. Email, that shit is like
Yeah.
That shit is
so
at
the-
10,
The
20%.
whole time I was thinking my FBI agent was like watching my phone because like I was seeing your ads pop up for Sam Pluto show, and I was like, man.
No, I was paying for those. I was
So
paying
next
for
thing you
those.
know, I hit up Baby Blue Diamond. I'm like, hey man, we got to get on the show. I see you looking for somebody. She was like, oh, we're already working.
Yeah. Like I'm really big on that, man. So just imagine, like I'll be willing to set up all that shit for Black Mexico for free, just to so I can. It's all about social proof, meaning like,
Well,
hey,
help us out.
he can be an example. He can be like a model artist, like
So everybody else
like
can see.
the social proof, meaning like if you do this, this happens. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I'm
And you can
available.
see the trajectory.
I'm an artist. Help me out. Set that up.
You know what I'm saying? So first things first, email me your music to U3 Radio and then DM Sam Pluto Show. Man, I set up all that shit for free, man. Like because to me, I hate not seeing it. That's where I'm at. I hate artists not doing it now. You know what I'm saying?
I
Because
used to do newsletter once
Yeah.
a month for U3 and send it out to a lot of my email people, but I kind of
We need
stopped
to
that
set up a
because I know
monthly
that doesn't
interview.
work.
Pull
I
them
know
up
people
right
really
here.
don't look at, like you said, emails.
Yeah, emails,
I'm
no,
gonna
no.
try the number thing.
now if it's like if you sending out
But
say
with Spreaker, when people automatically follow the show, when people follow us on Spreaker, they get an email every time we go live as
Right.
well. So all those 200 people get an email or a
I get a
notification.
notification.
because there's so many secrets about emails, right? Now I know artists they tend to create mailing lists, but the secret is like you gotta run. So whatever system that you're using to email your followers, you gotta run that through another program to see if your emails are going to people's spam box or their inbox, because everything has a ranking. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So some people are like, man, I got 5,000 people on my email list, but like only 1% of them are getting the actual
People that
email.
don't get it, it goes
So
straight to spam.
it's just one of those things that you just got to know. That's what I'm saying. Like,
that's why I kind of stopped because it does give me the data and I wasn't feeling it, so I was just like, nah.
and that's why I'm kind of leaning towards like manager, get a marketing specialist, because they'll be more keen to this information that I speak of. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because whatever. All right, so happy. Let's move on to the next question. How important is it to have connections with DJs? I know we were kind of touching on that a little bit. So in your opinion, like, what do you think the importance is?
It's important. Well, yeah, because you have to be able to give them the music. It's important for the DJ to know who the artist is and to have listened to their music before. I think that's definitely important. And I've noticed that some, like with the newer artists, they won't make the effort to listen to them or to give them a chance. It's important for everybody to network and like give each other a chance and be cool with each other.
Get your
I'm gonna
head
tell you
out
why.
your
It's the
ass.
way people approach DJs as well. Because me and Hypnotic can kind of attest to that. You can't just, number one, if we're in the middle of DJing or artists is talking to us trying to give us music, that's not the right time to try to give us
I
a
see
song.
him
You
do
see,
that.
we're working. But if you see that we post a flyer saying, hey, we're gonna be DJing in the mix at this bar this Friday, you have Monday through Thursday to inbox us and say, hey, I have a song I want you to play when
Yeah.
you're DJing, and send it to us. Not when we at the bar trying to DJ, because we're in the middle of
Now you
focusing.
talking to me
So that's not
standing
the
right
right
here in my
time, and we're trying to
face.
mix the next song.
So let's talk about
So it's all about how you approach the DJ, when it's the right time to.
well,
approach the
how does one, say if it was a professional artist, right? Like they not on some weird stuff. Like how do they supposed to know when the right time is?
Inboxes. Don't be scared of inboxes.
How about in person?
Oh, in person?
Obviously not when you're not like live. You know what I'm
Long as
saying?
y'all
Yeah,
not behind the
not-
turntable.
that's
Yeah,
when
we're
they
not
try
about
to
to
do it,
turntable,
though.
so we do take breaks.
Okay.
You know, or if you just see like the music is like on an auto mix, come hit us up, inbox. I mean, yeah, come behind the
Yeah, do that,
booth.
'cause,
but don't be like that type to be like, I'm the hottest in the world. No, just be like, hey, how you doing, DJ Happy?
Yeah.
I'm so and so. Can you play my song when you get a chance out?
Is that how you do it though? Can you play my song? Like
Oh no, not
How
when
would
you
you
just say,
feel?
can you play my song? Just
would
say I have a
you?
hot song for you to listen to. If you feel like it's dope, play it tonight. If not, let me know.
You exchange
Now, I
social
know
media.
It may
That's
be different because these ladies, but for me, I'm gonna walk up on you if I know you're an artist. Like off top, like, hey man, I seen you rapping. Hey, can you sing your music? It's easy.
That's
so
if
see
we know you, but if we don't
I ain't
know that
behind
you're
the
an artist,
turntables, I
feel
don't
free
mind
to
you walking
approach
up on me and none of that. But I know one thing: I've hit up a few people, been in their inbox, like certain artists. I done seen their asses at the malls and shit, and they done played Hollywood.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it. Goddamn.
It's really weird they won't
Just walk
promote
up.
themselves. Like you would think any outlet that's available is good.
And then that goes back to being serious because I've DJ shows with artists. It's like, can you download my song from SoundCloud? You don't have it on USB?
Yeah.
No, my what's it called? Not the producer, but my engineer uploaded it for me because he has my music. Why don't you have your music?
Yeah, man.
It's stuff like that.
Or
Or when they plug in a USB to perform, all their songs is labeled track 1, track 2, and they're like, let me listen to this one to see if this is the right song. I don't have time for that. You should be prepared.
Or create a set list.
A set list. And then we do that too. So we offer to do DJ sets for like $20 and so much, like not that expensive. And people still don't take up us on that
I've seen
opportunity.
the most professional so-called San Antonio artists still can't do a set list. Like, I always feel like just send me the music, number your songs, let me know which song is first,
Or
and
just
we'll
do
go from
one
there.
long show set. And that'd be good too. Something.
And it just don't happen.
It's just the level of seriousness. That's how I tend to have a checklist of how serious an artist is.
Oh, yeah.
So
You know
when
what I'm saying?
Homeboy was saying a lot of people just doing it as hobbies, you still going to work, that shit was real.
Yeah.
It wasn't to be funny, but like I've been saying that for the longest. A lot of people here, we all look like we just doing hobbies.
And your
shit.
song
Nobody
quality is
look
just
like
one
they really
aspect.
doing
Like
it
you said,
serious.
it's the social media posting. That's another aspect. Your numbers, the way you perform, having good quality pictures is another aspect. Because me as a DJ for the longest, I didn't want pictures. Because people just use your logo. But then it came to a point where people were like, no, I want to put your picture on the flyer. I was like, oh,
Yeah, man.
so then you have to then you have to realize, okay, I need good quality pictures.
Yes.
And then artists just assume, okay, that's gonna be thousands of dollars. No, if you talk to these photographers, just like you talk to DJs, they'll work with you. Say, hey, this is my budget. I just need 2-3 good pictures. Can you work with me? 9 times out of 10, they'll work with you.
Yeah,
Don't
Bubble
be
Wrap
scared.
and DJ Boo, they were big on trying to tell me to use my face for the logo. Because at a time, it was like another Hypnotic that tried to pop up in the city, just all of a sudden. So yeah, I had to make sure I
He
let
said all
folks
of a sudden.
who is who, you know what I mean? It was wild.
Let me ask y'all a question, right? Because this may be what's what I'm looking for. It may be one of those. The question I'm about to ask, it may be kind of like tough. So, in all actuality, right? Being that the trajectory of music and where it's going, do you think, like, and on a percentage scale, how much? What percentage do the artists need DJs right now? I'm playing extreme devil's advocate right now because we're talking about how important. How important.
And all that, everyone's going off on TikTok.
I just seen a whole special
and
on
all
TikTok
that.
and artists getting.
It depends on how much time they got. You don't necessarily need a DJ if you gonna do this, and this. So when it comes to setting up your music tags, or when it comes to you needing your show set up, or your last minute person that's gonna be able to do your levels on your song, you gonna have to do that. Now, if you can, there's artists that can run everything.
Yeah.
You got people that's blessed like J. Cole that's gonna record himself sitting in the studio at the hotel type shit, but not at me. There ain't too many artists that could do all of
Yeah.
that.
So it's still a lane and a medium regarding those types of services, and I'm in.
Well, if you want, and then getting your music played in the club as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you talk
But-
about the club DJs,
So let's talk about that real quick, right? So when it comes to like breaking records, when I think of breaking records, I'm thinking of a DJ that's, I'm gonna just say A-lister, B-lister, and C-lister, and a D-lister. Fuck it.
Yeah.
I'm thinking the B's, C+, B's, and A's, primarily focus on the B's and A's are the ones that are breaking records.
Yeah.
Right? Because they probably have a set at a bigger club, a popping club, athletes are there, fucking maybe fucking OnlyFans personnel are there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like, you know, those are the tiers of DJs that are breaking
but
records.
it's getting your music out there.
Okay.
Like,
And I'm thinking those people, and I'm sorry, I brung that up to say, I'm thinking those people are gonna want some type of funds to get the record.
of course they are, but
It comes
some
with
artists are
territory.
scared to pay that. Sometimes you do have to pay to play. It's sad to say that, but if you invested in your music and you feel like your song is really hot, do it. And
If you
then
got the
another-
budget for it.
in another market too, because I've seen a strip club promoter talk about this. Strip clubs is another promotion that people are scared to promote their music in. They just stick to regular clubs.
Because you definitely getting taxed, right? you're definitely getting taxed at a strip club.
Well,
artists.
that too, but even if it's
And
not
they
an
want cash
A-lister,
only.
let's say it's not an A-lister DJ. Let's say it's just DJs here. They still not sending their music to DJ strip clubs. They just send it to regular clubs,
'cause
thinking
we
that's just
got-
all we need.
We got two top tiers, I would say, right now. That's the youngsters. Shout out to my boy Fat, 007, Tevin 007.
Yeah,
you know,
007.
like, my boy Fat just dropped his mixtape, and he's always trying to put spotlight on the city.
Okay.
Dude was sitting there damn near had to pull teeth to get songs from certain artists. Like,
Wow.
Yeah.
that's the shit we dealing with right now.
So is this recent? Like he put together a whole mixtape recently, or
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And he's like on his third volume right now.
okay,
Doing
definitely
this,
wanna
but it's
check
just like seeing him with the frustration of just trying to get people to send music and having that same struggle that we all deal with. It's crazy to me.
that. Okay.
But at the same time, everyone's screaming, "Oh well, I don't got no support," or I don't know who to talk to, and blah blah. But like the resources is there.
Yeah, it kind of boils down to a budget, right? Sometimes, not all
Yeah.
the time, because there are services like U3 out here, even me, that are willing to like, hey, do this,
And then
do
you
that.
gotta talk
know.
to people too, because if you hit up people, the first thing they're gonna say is, "What's your budget?" And then if you give them a budget, then y'all can kind of talk it out and work to a medium ground. But people just automatically assume, "Oh, they're gonna charge me 1,000. They're gonna charge me 10K." Have you even asked? No. Then how do you know?
Mm-hmm.
They might not work with my budget. Have you asked? You don't know.
Yeah,
People are scared to
shoot.
even ask.
I've
You gotta
worked some events
cross
I've
that
done
step
for
and
free
ask.
just to get my name going. I know, like, it just comes with the territory for me. It's
Exactly.
sacrifices.
Yeah.
But you won't know if you don't open your mouth. Closed mouths don't get fed. You feel me?
Yeah, I mean, I want to make sure, we get Happy involved. Like, do you, I know you're not DJ Happy, but I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Uh,
I don't know what
She's a lot of
happens
artists,
behind the
though, and
DJ
she's
booth.
bartending at a
I
lot
just
of
know what I
bars where
watch.
they do these shows.
I just
So
know
she's
what I
seen a
see.
lot
I
of
observe
stuff.
a lot of things.
yes.
So
So do you feel like in the music industry is it the art of DJing, right? And then the service of DJing, is it like is it on a lifeline right now, or
I think they're not. A lot of them aren't putting in a lot of effort, and maybe it's because they're not getting music. I guess that's what it is. Like I don't know how it all happens behind there, but I know a lot of people. Like I see them do the little playlist and just walk away. That's kind of annoying. Like they should be up there like making everything in order. You know what I mean?
I feel
Yeah.
like
Putting it in
nowadays-
order, you know
the
what I mean?
playlist
Like
and
instead
dip
of
out.
just because then
You
what
got the
ends up
$50
happening is like the
DJs,
same,
man.
Yeah, that's
yeah,
it.
like the same songs
But I also feel
between.
like a lot of DJs now, especially since the pandemic, is stepping into more realms than just DJ. If you go to TikTok, you see a lot of DJs are doing beat making now. So they're not just DJs,
Yeah.
they're
But
beat makers.
those aren't the DJs that's in play right now. And the ones I'm talking about, the ones we have at our hip hop shows, they know who they are. I don't have to call y'all out on none of
Yeah.
that. But it's like, what y'all doing? A lot of people swear like we need different services in the city, or we need
say
different
things very
venues.
nicely.
We'll get a new venue, but that new venue still hiring such and such that was doing these rinky dink parties at this old bar. You know what I mean?
is that because they like, hey,
It's like washed up.
It's the price.
it's the price, it's
Exactly.
the
You
bargain.
get what you pay for.
So-
You get what you pay for that, and then also they want a $50 DJ, but they want that $50 DJ to have like 10K followers and all this other stuff as well.
Like $50 for the night, or
Yeah.
Yeah,
man.
sometimes they do that.
do they
So-
get? Is that food and drinks?
I had to
involved?
do a whole little campaign
sometimes
of
you
like,
get a
don't
bar tab,
ask
but
why
why
I'm
would you
not
put a bar
there. It's mostly ask why I ain't getting paid. That's
Yeah.
my big thing. Don't ask why I'm not there. Ask why I'm not getting paid. 'Cause
Exactly.
I'd be damned if I show up and I got these 2 turntables, mixer, I got my laptop. You want me to just be satisfied with $50 or a drink tab?
And you want us to host. You want us
Yeah,
to talk
man.
about the drink special.
Bring 80,000
Then,
people.
then when you get to
Bring
talking about it,
10,000 yeah, bring
the,
all these people.
The promoter be like, "Well, who gonna run the show? Can you host the show? Host a show with $50, my boy?
Add
Ain't
another.
gonna happen." But like I
Okay.
said, there is DJs that will take that because they're like, "Man, I just want to get out there.
They're
I just want to
lazy.
do it.
Yeah.
I
We
just
did
want
an
to do a
event
show."
where he
They just wanna call
DJ'd. I was
themselves
supposed to
What?
be a judge, and then last minute they're like, "Can you host the show?" Last minute, I was like, "I'm supposed to be a judge." Yes.
I'm a judge. You be biased as hell. Like, yo, yeah.
I ended up not being a judge. I just ended up hosting, but I was like,
Okay.
"You called me out to be a judge, not a host." Like, so yeah, it happened.
Yeah, I remember a wave of like this was like a couple years back here where like I mean, there was Red Bull events going on, and there was this going on. It was just a lot
It
of
was a
activity.
time to be alive.
it was active, man. But I don't know. So like to me, I'm looking at things like that. You know, maybe I'm not immersed in that industry like that as far as these different competitions or nothing like that. But I haven't really seen these big DJing things happening in
Well,
the
shoot, we have them
in the region.
There's a particular DJ, it's like my homie Dark Knight. He's
Yeah.
trying to put together
Oh, yeah.
a thing for all of the black DJs in the city.
He
Of
do
course,
DJ
you know
meetup
what type of
once a
culture
month.
we have in here. So
Or every other week or something like that.
keeping the whole community, he has a whole Facebook page.
Oh, word.
He tries to do it every month. But these last 2 sessions that he's done, no one's ever showed up. It's probably be me and him. This last one, I brought my son to come chop it up. Before
other
that,
time, it was just me.
Is it a
basically-
conversation or is it like y'all bring
Nah,
everything
he
equipment?
comes-
Yo, so he bring his
turntables,
boards, another
everything.
DJ bring their boards, and all of us just hop on mix and we learn tips and stuff like that.
That's
we try to
what's
help
up.
each other out. And we mainly want to do it for the younger DJs,
She
like you
sure
saying.
did.
that-
She sure did jump in there while I was telling y'all what's going on. But yeah, so the main thing he wants to
Go
make
ahead.
sure we get out there for all DJs, even inviting the younger DJs, just trying to teach the culture and keep it going. But that's another outlet that we missing, but nobody even biting on it.
Okay.
And it's not to the point where we're like, oh, nobody knows, because we tagged and put every DJ in there that we know it's a black DJ. Seen y'all in the comments, but we ain't seen none of y'all there.
And then sometimes they try to put us in a box because, like you mentioned, Dark Knight, he does more than just the regular hip hop music that they just assume all black DJs do. He does house music,
Yeah.
trap. He does a reggaeton, country. We all play all types of music. They just assume you black DJ. All
Tony
you play is
Fee.
just that ratchet
Yeah.
music. But we play more than just that. They just
He
assume
said,
that.
"Baby,
Get in
turn
that
the
box.
lights down." Y'all be on that?
I do.
Oh.
Tennessee whiskey.
Yeah, that's fire.
Como la flor.
All right, so DJs matter. Dang it.
Hey, but another thing
You can't get rid of us yet, AI.
There was a lot of stuff that I was seeing, like, I didn't know we had a bunch of boom bap culture in our city until I started doing these other type of events.
Yeah.
I started going to like the St. Mary's events back in the day when like the whole strip was going on. My homeboy Spy MC, like I have a show with him tomorrow.
Oh yeah. Oh wow. Spy. Yeah.
With the
rap battle.
It's over
Battle
at
rap.
what is it? Rockbox for the
San
Onyx
Pedro.
show. So I'll be there DJing for the opening sets with my boy Spy MC, Creed 23.
Oh wow.
A few other folks, but like getting to do that type of things, like I'm able to really like break down, do scratch sessions, all that type of shit, because they appreciate that culture. But if we go to a hip hop show, they don't really want to hear or see all the DJ and doing all this crazy shit. Most of the time, they just want to.
They just want you mixing. You cut the
what I mean?
song short, they get mad. Why you cut that
Yeah.
song short? That's my part coming up.
All
Not
right.
mixing. But then also with your
DJs
rap battle,
lives
you
matter.
can see a different kind of culture too. You do the rap battle.
Man, it's funny because I used to go to all that shit back in the day at the Limelight. I used to be in
Yeah,
that mug,
me
boy.
too.
So you had locks back then?
Yeah, long ass
Okay,
shit.
so yeah, I knew you. You looked familiar.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like
okay.
way
That was
down
you.
here. But yeah, man, I used to be active because again,
composition used to always come out.
yeah.
And I remember seeing
Who remembers Guru Sagad? Did you know I used to manage
what
him?
happened to him?
He's doing other shit now.
Okay. I was
But
like,
did you know I used to manage him for like years? I was managing him like when he was 16 to like I don't know.
Damn.
Yeah. Like we did the South by Southwest run. We did the we was on MTVU for a while.
Yeah.
We went to New York. We was St. Louis. We was active. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't like doing that shit. You know what I'm saying? Being an artist manager was tough as shit, man.
Yeah, my boy
And-
Eighth like put me on game with his music.
And so back in the day, there was this thing where like he was beefing with like he was like a baby 6ix9ine almost in the city,
Like Shark Boy.
But is it the time
Yeah.
it was
You know what that is, right?
it was working though.
Shark Boy.
B3.
Oh yeah, B3. I know B3 since he was in high school too.
Me too. Yeah.
Uh,
but now he's another.
Yeah. Because we used to be living in like the
He
same
beefing with
neighborhood.
everybody. I heard 3 people didn't drop diss tracks against him.
Yeah. But he's always been that kid. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm the best, I'm the this, I'm the that. That's always been him, though. But, man, I remember, like, there was this, like, 1,000-thread comment post on Facebook because Guru said something about, I forgot. Man, it was insane. It was artists like Mitch James involved. Fucking Kyle Lee was involved.
Wow.
I mean, it was insane, man, this post. But yeah, man, that's why I was like, nah, I can't be artist manager no more. This shit not for me, man. Like, she was crazy. He like, you know what I'm saying? We good? We good?
Yeah.
I mean, I had to go to clubs to confront people. It was just like, nah, man, that's not fuck out of here. This shit.
Well, to go into because I know the next topic is going to be, could you
Yes.
ask us, are DJs still needed? Or radio still needed?
Yeah. So, 2-part question: are radio people still needed, and is it important to build relationships with them?
Yeah, radio people are still needed.
Because with the social media and TikTok
Can
and all that?
go in a little bit further information? Like, are we talking about underground radio? Or are we talking
Both.
about mainstream
I'm
radio?
talking about both.
Both.
Now, a lot of people, when we hear radio talk, they hear 98.5 and they get like all confused and be like, oh, radio's trash, because there's plenty of other radio stations. There's plenty of other fun personalities. Growing up, or not even really growing up, just when I got into just wanting to do anything behind a microphone, my favorite person as far as journalist was Charlamagne the God. Besides all the dumb stuff that he does, I love that the way that he was able to there's questions, he's going to get under your skin regardless, but we going to ask that question. Like, I love that type of shit.
Nah,
man.
yeah, that's
So
decent.
when it comes to
decent
radio, like, we got Xavier freaking Rican on, what was that, 107.5?
Yeah.
And I put that on, and I don't change that up, turn it off at all. And it's just because they're playing 2000s.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
jamming that out, you know what I mean, all day. And plus, when
Okay.
he getting to talking,
See, I
it's
never
vibes.
tuned in.
So, same time, I still believe it's needed because one day y'all gonna hear me somewhere on something. Goddamn.
I feel like with radio personnel, you got to be they're bombarded with everything on a daily basis.
Yeah.
Their program director, their this artist trying to do this CD, like motherfuckers still probably posting them with CDs and shit.
But I went to school. I started off going to school for TV and radio broadcasting. My pops was talking me into it. I thought, I could just wake up, go out there and just hop behind a microphone and think you ain't need, school and shit for it. But seeing like the first year, seeing what everybody does in the back office, I was like, damn.
Like it's just
You
constant
doing
bombardment.
commercials, everything.
So you gotta be. To me, you gotta really stick out. Like, you know what I'm saying, to really get in. Like, you know what I'm saying, you might even have to be in a relationship with one of the fucking account directors. Fucking, like, you know what I'm saying, niece or nephew or some shit. Like,
You
hey,
said give out that guap 3000 if you want to move up.
so like it's
Work
just.
your way up.
What you,
Second.
wait, what you say?
I said you might have to give out that guap.
Guac 3000. But I don't know. What happy? What do you feel like? Because I feel like radio is just like it. I want to say primitive. When I say primitive, I mean like a CD. I think CDs is like not like an ancient technology because it still has its usages, but
So we can get rid of the XM radio type shit. Does that,
Hey,
That's
XM
because-
radio. Hold on
Well, you gotta
now.
think
So
about
is that
it. 'cause
not
like you
considered
said,
radio,
you listen
though?
to the radio, right?
yeah, but what?
But some people don't. Some people automatically go to YouTube. They go to Spotify now. They go to
Playlist.
Pandora, iHeart.
So is that a channel or is that bona fide radio?
That's what I'm saying.
It's channels. I think
Those are
it's
channels.
dying
Those are
out.
curated
I think it's
playlists that you do. And
definitely-
well, now Spotify has this new AI DJ that curates a playlist
Yes.
for
So
you.
when we say
But-
radio, we talking about just regular
Everything's
dial
going
in the
AI.
car.
Yeah,
I'm talking about
regular dial
AM,
or
FM
XM.
right now.
Yeah,
I'm talking about AM, FM.
and XM.
I still listen to the radio.
XM is considered radio.
I still listen to Kiss.
I love
it's the same
X-
music from high school.
on
Okay,
what
Kiss,
city
yeah,
you
Kiss.
are.
Okay.
I like Kiss, but
you-
yeah, that's still considered radio.
I
Some
go to
people
Chicago and listen to their radio. I'm in awe. Like I love listening to Chicago.
Yeah, I
and Detroit
mean,
radio stations.
it's just we're just in a difficult music market.
Exactly.
So maybe I'm thinking that because you're right. When I go to other cities,
In other
that should be
states, yeah.
slapping kind of. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I really like the radio stations like in Corpus and Port A. Like maybe it's our radio station.
It is.
Yeah, man.
It is.
Maybe it's
We just came to a
It is.
realization like, this shit, maybe it's us. Like,
It
God.
is. It is. It's us.
right now that I'm thinking about it.
It's us.
Right, because
I remember the last time I listened to the radio station.
yeah, because I didn't even know about 10 what? What'd you say earlier?
107.5.
And then some people pay for all those stations, don't even listen to it. My mom pays for all those XM stations, only listen to one.
Oh, I jump on. I gotta listen.
She stay on
to
Kurt
Sway.
Franklin Praise 24/7. I'm like, why are you paying for it?
I gotta check in with Sway in the morning, see
Yeah.
what DJ Wonder playing, and after that, I'm
Shade
Gucci.
50, was it Shade 54 is pretty dope.
50
I like
Shade
the
45.
90s Shade, was it?
Say 45.
Shade 45. I
Yeah,
like
man.
the 90s station that they have
They
on
be
XM.
cooking, man.
Man, they be killing it with
I like
these stations.
the LA. I love West Coast music.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
LA
like LA
Leakers.
Leakers, and then it's when they get on that West Coast, I'm like, this is it, man. So
Yes.
that's why I love XM radio, and I feel like XM. I think
It's more needed than FM. And
Right.
then you have to worry about clean music as much too.
to me, I think they're doing way more coverage of artists on XM because I've discovered so many artists on XM on Sway,
And they do
on
interviews as
interviews.
I remember
Woo
hearing
Kid.
the interview with what's it, Big Crit. It's me and my pops was riding. He was dropping me off, and I was like a CNA at this time. It was years ago, but he was on Sway in the Morning, and they were playing his songs. And this first song he played, I forgot what it was, but a lot of people were like, "Damn, he sounds horrible. He sounds like Pimp C. He's trying to sound like UGK. I don't like that. All this crazy shit." And then just to see, took off. All the shit that they were talking about on there. I'm just like, yep.
I remember
heard it
Big
first.
Crit.
I remember that.
And he used to come to San Antonio a lot.
Yeah,
back in the
yeah.
day.
Like
Man,
when we had the White
we got
Rabbit.
some good shit in the city. It was
We
like
do.
an era where Kendrick Lamar was coming to this bitch, Wale, fucking Action Bronson, I think, and all these fucking dope ass artists and shit was coming
Yeah.
to the city.
We had Fat Nick came out too.
I mean,
some random shit.
the legendary Paper Tiger days. Remember that?
Yeah.
Fuck, man.
What was the
Tiger,
other?
White
What was the
Rabbit.
other one that closed
White
down
Rabbit,
too?
White Rabbit.
The one that now is V Lounge.
Cova.
Cova, man.
Corova.
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 Corova,
With the
man.
bad,
Yeah.
terrible audio.
The last event
I
I
know.
DJ'd there was the Devin the Dude event, and the first event I DJ'd was downstairs in that basement. Man, ain't no AC in that motherfucker.
Ah,
I
damn.
was-
in the
Last
basement of the
the last
Missy.
event I
Wood
DJ'd there
my
was
ass off.
Battle of the Bands, where they had the artists and battle each other. I DJ'd for
yeah, that
for
was
like minded.
Hold on, the
Before
last
you
show I went to the
passed
Corova was,
away?
I remember. Y'all remember Super C3?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember he opened up for Paul Wall, man. I was convinced Super C3 was going to be like the dude, man.
I'm telling you, but so when he
I was
came out,
convinced.
he came out with his diss songs one night, and I was like, oh man, this boy got it. Then he dropped the mixtape. I did a chopped up version of that mixtape for him. We was passing around the city. The next thing you know, he just was like, man, I'm gonna do other things. And I was like, what?
Everybody was
Do
shocked.
other things.
Because we got it, man. We on. He said, no.
I even had a
was
record with
something
Super C3, like, you know, when I was producing, like, that shit was hard, dog. Like, I got to figure out how I can get it to y'all. But, I mean, it was years ago, but that shit was, it was crazy. We had sampled, like, remember it was like an HBCU band, and I think they were doing, like, Hide Your Kids, Hide Your Wife. They was covering the
Yeah.
song, and we sampled the band. That shit was hard. I'm like, dog, nobody's even heard the Super C3 song we got. But man, it's been dope, man. So despite the technical difficulties, we had a great conversation about the importance of underground artists supporting underground artists. We talked about marketing. We talked about the connections with DJs and then building relationships with radio people. In which I feel like I don't know how I feel about that still. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it is a medium. It's a medium.
Yeah.
It's not to be swept under the rug, but if you have access to radio personnel
You just
and
need to know what they need. The right
The
shit.
schematics.
Don't bullshit me. Let me know what I need to get on the radio, and then let us go from there. Shit.
so again, tell the people how they can send music to U3 Radio, how they can find you, and some of the segments and things you have going on the network or the
Want to do it?
So for Mondays live from the dojo,
yes.
hey man, make sure you send any music. It's any genre. I had a homeboy that was asking me like what music he would play. I don't really care what it is, long as it's jamming. If you say you can play some jazz, I'ma play it. Whatever it is, just send it to us at u3radio@gmail.com. All day.
MP3 or WAV. Make sure your song is titled with the song title, artist name. Send it.
And then
send
if
it.
y'all want to go back and look at the previous shows, they can do that by going
On the
to
speaker app. So the speaker app, when we go live, you can tune in. You can go back and listen to past shows on there, on YouTube, SoundCloud, iHeartRadio, tune in, all that. You can go back and replay shows. You can also go to our website and tune in live and past shows as well.
Don't
It's
tell
on
me
our
you
website.
can't find us, man. Just type in U3 Radio. on
U3
Google,
Radio.
and
That's
it
it.
pops
Like
up.
let me
You know
see
what
what
I mean?
happened when I type in U3 Radio in Google right now. U3.
I'm scared.
I really
Let me
want
see
to
what
the
this-
speaker
everything
app.
that
You
say
can
you
interact
three.
with it.
Let me see what this SEO like. Hold on. All right, U3 Radio. Let's see what pulls up real quick. Of course, this shit is loading. This shit, I typed it in. This shit broke my computer. That's just sad.
I
And-
can show you right now. Does
And
that count if I show you?
yeah, tell me what it say. And then Happy, should we tell them where should we shout out
What
where
we
you
pulling
bartending
up
at?
at?
Actually, I bartend
website?
at Upstage. Shout out to
Speaker
Bobby and everybody at Upstage Comedy Lounge over by on Waltham.
Yes.
I'm there every Friday. We have a lot of events there. It's not just comedy. We have like poetry. I think it's the first Thursday of every month.
Oh yeah, I heard
It's like
that.
an open
Slacking.
mic poetry. It's really fun. It's some really good stuff.
Cool. Well, guys, I had a blast talking to you guys about U3 Radio. I'm pretty sure we're gonna be working together in the future in some capacity, as far as, I don't know, putting a live stream event together or something like that. Maybe we could talk about it.
I'm gonna show you.
Oh, you want to show me? Okay, I see it. I see it. I see it. Let me see.
Scroll
Make
it.
us look
Scroll
bad.
it. Scroll up. The second link, the third link is our website. The first one always pops up some radio. One little.
So again, all y'all gotta here you go. All you gotta do is search U3 Radio. That's it, and that you can send your music that way. Tune in and tap in. Coming up with the Sam Pluto Show, we have a comedy. We have an open mic on April 18th. That's gonna be live streamed. And we have a comedy show on April 21st. That's gonna be live streamed. We're doing a music review show. We're gonna be doing urban trivia. Like, we just trying to do some crazy shit here, per usual.
I'm trying to set the turntables right.
You already, yeah, hypnotic. Oh, okay, man, hypnotic. Yeah, man. Okay.
Do a
okay.
DJ show. Let us pull up.
Okay.
Put that out there.
Let's talk about the schematics. Before we go, Garland, make sure to follow VodPod Media on TikTok, YouTube, Facebook. Type in VodPod Media. That's where we at right now in San Antonio, Texas, at the VodPod Media Studio here in the heart of downtown, or the lung of heart downtown. And make sure to follow the Sam Pluto Show on everything. Just type in the Sam Pluto Show. I made sure to pick a very unique name. You're only gonna see me when you fucking type that shit in. So type in the Sam Pluto Show. Thank you guys so much for coming out. And y'all have a great rest of the night. Garland, we out.
Boom.